Alright, there's Mary going out, and we are gonna head off on a ride. I don't know if I got my camera facing properly. I guess we'll see, but definitely have to go get gas because running on fumes for sure. And I think when I get home today, I'm gonna take some of the stuff, maybe this, off the bike possibly. I might keep the bottom piece because it's a USB adapter, but that top part might be off. I think for long trips it'll be nice, but I don't really go on anything or don't need a wireless charger necessarily for when I'm close and just doing little day outings. But yeah, oh yeah, flashing. That's not good. Definitely need some fuel. Alright, gas station we go. Yeah, so I've thought about doing some of these little vlog videos just to kind of break up some of the tech stuff, just to throw out there during the months that I can actually ride. Thought it would be fun just to kind of talk, and if you guys have concepts or ideas that you'd like me to talk about, I'm more than willing to do that. You know, figured a cool way for you guys to ask questions and me to go out for a ride and talk to you guys. But gas station's right there, so I'm gonna fill up with some fuel first, and then we'll continue out. And I have to remember today, which I'm not used to, I have to remember that I'm wearing or have my saddlebags on. I don't usually ride with them on, and makes me a bit wider. Alright, so we're off. I think Mary's gonna lead. I kind of like it when she's leading because then she gets to go at her pace, and we get to see her in the video, which is nice. Our ride today is just out to the lovely little town of Merrickville, and it is supposed to be about 24-ish degrees today. Right now it's probably sitting at around 20 already, I would think, somewhere in that range, so kind of nice. The date today, I don't even know what date it is actually. I think it's May 21st or 2nd or 3rd, I don't know. You all know it. All the days have kind of just blended into one day. I don't know what month it is. So, but I was reading an article online. This is for those of us that are in Ontario, that were talking about how, like, in the last 2 days, it's been big influx of people that have gotten the virus, I always say, so I don't get tagged with it, so I just call it the virus. And it's actually one of the higher numbers that's come out in like the last month. So there's this big worry, of course, and even if you look in the streets now, it's way busier than it like normally has been, and that's because some jobs have opened up, and I think just people in general are getting a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, a little bit more courageous, or they're at the point now where they're just like, I don't care, I'm going outside, I'm going to go hang out, go do something, which is cool, because as you see, Mary and I, we're outside right now too. We're going for a motorcycle ride. But in my opinion, you know, and this is my opinion, motorcycle riding is still good social distancing, where Mary and I, really, this is about as close as we're going to get, unless it's the odd time that we stop and we live together, so it's not a big deal. And people in cars are protected in their cars. I'm wearing a helmet, so really this is probably one of the best ways of being protected from it when you're outside. Now, of course, previously my thoughts were that I didn't ride, and at the beginning, you know, especially back in March and April, I didn't ride, and the reason for it was that I didn't want to put a strain on you know, if something were to go wrong on the first line respondents, you know, so those that were actually out working and needed beds and all that in hospitals. I didn't want to be in a scenario where I got hurt for whatever reason or however, and now took a bed up or whatever. So, but now, you know, this is a good way for us to be outside enjoying some of the weather, a little bit of the weather, I guess, and still, I think, being socially distant. But we are seeing, you know, you see it in tons of like news articles and news reports and things like that, and just photos of people online that as soon as something gets open, they're just all hanging out together, and we're seeing an influx again of the numbers going up. So that's not cool. Again, I was reading online, and this is here in Ontario. It may not be where you live or even any other provinces in Canada, but he was our premier, so Premier Ford for Ontario was saying that, you know, he was seeing these numbers and he's like, I'm not afraid to roll us back, start putting restrictions back in place again, which, you know, the onus comes down to, a little bit to us to be respectful, and I get it, you know, it sucks having to be locked up in your house, even though we're not necessarily locked up, and at least here in Canada there's no shortage of food or shortage of anything really. We're stuck in our house, you know, watching TV, and for those that are living alone, definitely more of a burden without question, because you don't have any other human contact, like physical contact, which could definitely be an issue. But generations and generations before us definitely went through worse, I would think. So, you know, we definitely don't have to go to war, I guess. That's the big one. You know, if this is the way our society has to fight our enemy, there definitely could be worse ways. Alright, well, I'm going to stop this for a minute and continue riding, because I want to enjoy a little bit of ride. I'll kick back in with you guys once I have some more to say. Alright, see you guys in a little bit. So if you guys can see, coming up here on the right, right, where is it? It is this building right up here. So this one up here with the little pedestals right there, kind of facing out toward the street. So this is the guide dogs for the blind. This is where they do all the training, Canadian guide dogs there for the blind. And one of the sad things this year is there are so many, at least here in Ottawa, so many motorcycle charity rides, and really they've pretty much all been canceled. Now that ride normally, and I don't know, is later on in the fall, so I don't know if it's been canceled yet, because we just don't know what the conditions will be like at that point. But my guess is the chances are good that it may, but we don't know, because you can't really start organizing and putting all these man hours into something that may just never ever happen. So you'd end up really taking a hit, right? Because you spent all this time and energy and effort into doing something that just never happened. So for something that's charity based, it's hard to say, but kind of sad that not very many charity rides happening by this time of year, especially, well, by the first or second week of June. Mary and I would have done probably 2 or 3 charity rides probably already. So just kind of going out and hanging out, and a lot of them I actually do some video and photography for, but this year, nope, not at all. So again, kind of sad. All right, this is Manotick. This is Manotick that we're driving through right now, for those that care. And I'm going to turn this off and continue on our ride. So our plan is to up in Merrickville that I brought my drone. Yep, brought my little Mavic Mini. So for those that have watched one of my previous videos that came out, I don't know when it came out, a couple days ago, a week ago, I can't remember. I really talked about, you know, why I wasn't going to be buying a new Mavic Air 2 because I already have a Mavic Air and a Mavic Mini, and how much I like the Mavic Mini. And yep, it's in my trunk. It's behind me right now, packed away with the controller. Hopefully, I just did all kinds of like firmware updates and that last week, so hopefully there isn't anything now for it. I didn't check, but hopefully I'll be able to get some drone footage when we get there. Should be nice. Today is lovely, just such a lovely day out, you know. It's funny, you know, when you get to this, right when this has really been like the first week that we've had really nice weather, like sort of continuously, and I don't know, it so quickly becomes what you remember as a norm. You're just like, yeah, it's this is what it is. It's supposed to be this. It's supposed to be, you know, mid-20s Celsius, of course, and that's just the way it is. But it's not that many months really from now. It's getting close to June, so it's like June, July, August, September, and by October you just never know what kind of weather you're going to get. So this year, I think the big thing too is because of the fact that the riding season got cut short for so many of us because of this, and the fact that we can't really go hang out with many people. I think it's here in Ontario, I'm not even 100% sure. I think it's, you can do a maximum even of a grouping of like 5, and that's still have to be socially distant, but you can kind of group together. So, you know, on a motorcycle, that really means that Mary and I and one other couple possibly, but yeah, it's just weird. But I love it today. It's such a lovely day out. Okay, we're gonna continue our ride because riding's good. Riding's good. Get out there if you have a bike. Get out and ride. All right, so we made it. This is Merrickville. Yep, super exciting. Well, we're gonna take off some of this gear because it's warm. Yep, a little on the warm side for sure. So gear off, and I'm not sure what we're gonna do. So my favorite is always when you get to these places and there's tons of spots and people just park wherever they want. Just park in the spots. And I didn't get the drone up because, as you can see, I was going to fly it in here, but it's actually Parks Canada. So Parks Canada says that you need to have permission to fly anywhere in Parks Canada. So if not, you could get hit with upwards of a $25,000 fine. And I decided I didn't want that. And I'm kind of glad, actually, because I went to go get the drone and put it up before I realized it, and then when I was walking back I looked at the sign, so I decided not to. And then there was a Parks Canada vehicle that pulled up, so maybe luck was on my side, possibly. So I didn't. Anyway, we're gonna head home now. It's warming up. We got a few little things we want to do around the house, so we're gonna head back, and that's it, guys. This is first little, like a motovlog, I guess. Kind of cool, motovlogging. I don't know if I'm gonna do it a lot or whenever, but I'll throw one of these up every once in a while when we go out for a ride if I got something to say. And if you guys feel like commenting, I don't know what this guy's doing here, commenting, then maybe I can take whatever you have to say. Like if you have, hey, you should talk about blah 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 blah, then I'll talk about blah blah. You know, give me some ideas about what you want to talk about, even if it's like a question or just a topic or whatever. You know, gives me something to yap about when I'm out for a ride. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave you there. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll be back to normal videos, you know, tomorrow, and maybe more of these every once in a while. I'll just kind of throw them out there as a little added bonus. All right, my friends, later.